What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the US, let me know what country you're representing. Family, smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes, put it in their face. Let them see it. Also, if you have not done so already, go ahead and after you subscribe, click that little bell next to the subscribe button and click on your notifications so that you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the know. When you click notifications, be sure to select all notifications. Otherwise, you may not get any notifications from YouTube about the channel, all right? If you want to skip the line, you can jump into the super chat. I will go in on the story and then I'll come back to check out your questions. Now, for those of you who may be a little confused about the topic, we were supposed to, the next live was supposed to be about the Q&A at 3:30 Central Time, but this Harvey Weinstein verdict came in. So I wanted to update everybody on that because that is breaking news. So we're going in on the Harvey Weinstein case and I'm getting this as fast as you guys are getting it. So I'll take it from the top. So Harvey Weinstein is likely to spend the rest of his days in jail because Harvey Weinstein is sick. You know, at least he's been acting sick. And so if that's the case, he's 67 years old. He just received a 23-year sentence. 23-year sentence in New York. Keep in mind, family, he still has pending charges in LA. So he got that 23-year sentence and he has pending charges in LA. I did not think they were going to give him that kind of time. He was up for 29 years. He could have received a maximum of 29 years. They gave him 23 years. That was very surprising. Harvey Weinstein's lawyers had asked for mercy from the court. They wanted to get a 5-year sentence. Hey man, so let me tell you, these are the things that they asked the judge to consider when asking for that 5-year sentence. They said that Harvey Weinstein had not had a criminal record. They said that Harvey Weinstein was a philanthropist. He had given so much money. He had given so much what did I say? He was a philanthropist. So I'm kind of foggy, y'all. Today, everything's kind of twisted up because I just woke up about 30 minutes ago or something, and then this thing hit me, so I'm kind of fuzzy. But what did I say? Okay, they said Harvey Weinstein was a philanthropist. I hope that's the word I used before. I don't think that's the word I used, but that's the word I'm trying to use. They said he was a philanthropist, and because of his generosity given to 911, to the firefighters, to the police officers, Harvey should receive a lighter sentence. Judge wasn't buying it. Hit him with a 23-year sentence. So there were 6 women who testified against Harvey Weinstein. He also said, this is what Harvey Weinstein made a statement. You're gonna love this statement. Harvey Weinstein said, first of all, he looked totally confused by the charges that was against him. Let me find his statement right quick. Okay, so before the sentence was announced, Harvey Weinstein directly addressed his accusers in court. Imagine that. Imagine somebody had done what Harvey Weinstein is accused of, and they're directly addressing their victims. Imagine how, even in a court of law, with police officers everywhere, and you having support and other people there, imagine how that could be intimidating for some people. Harvey Weinstein said, "I have great remorse for all of you. I have great remorse for all women." And yet, he seemed very confused by the charges against him. He added, "I think men are confused about all of this. This feeling of thousands of men and women who are losing due process. I'm worried about this country. This is not the right atmosphere in the United States." He also said, "If I had to do a lot of things over again, I would care less about movies and more about my children and my family." He admitted he had been unfaithful to both of his ex-wives and apologized to them. He wrapped up his statement with, "I really feel remorse for this situation. I feel deeply in my heart." He feels remorse deeply in his heart. Didn't work. But if you're listening, you can hear the tone of arrogance, right? Listen to the texture of his voice. You can hear that arrogance. He said, "I feel sorry. I feel worried about this country. I'm worried about this country. This is not the right atmosphere in the United States." What he's basically saying is that this is not the right atmosphere in the United States. A white man get accused of rape and going to jail. A white man of my stature. See, he thought he was untouchable. And quite frankly, a lot of those dudes are untouchable. Trump still hasn't been brought to justice. You got Jeff Sessions hadn't been brought to justice. You got, what's the Supreme Court justice name? I can't say his name. I'll come back to his name later. But he hasn't been brought to justice. There's a lot of powerful dudes. Look how long it took Jeff Epstein to be brought to justice. A lot of those dudes out there. There's a whole lot of them out there. And that's just on that level. What about the lower levels of managers of restaurants? These supervisors of these Fortune 500 companies and managers. And I mean, it's rampant. It's all throughout the United States. I don't know why they decided to go in on Harvey Weinstein, why they decided to go ahead and get him. But they have been knowing about this dude for years, decades. They've been knowing about this guy. And he's been able to operate and rape and sexually assault his victims with impunity. So now, they got him. I still don't think that that's going to be any type of mass takedown of sexual predators. I just don't believe that. I think they're going to pick and choose who they want to take down for whatever reason. Harvey broke the code. Breaking the code is not raping or sexually assaulting anybody. That's not breaking the code. If that was the case, Trump wouldn't be president. And you got to consider also 55% of women voted for Trump. 55% of white women voted for Trump. So sexual assault cannot be at the top of the list of egregious crimes that Americans are committing that need to be stopped. I just don't believe America is really serious about bringing sexual predators to justice, because there's no consistency about it. Look how long it took them to even get Weinstein. He should have been in jail. So let's see. I'm trying to pick up a little bit more information about the case. Yeah, so when he was convicted, the accusers walked out of court to a round of applause. I mean, people were chanting justice. They were chanting. Justice, justice, justice. Yeah, so this guy is probably going to die in prison. He's most likely to be shipped to a maximum security facility in upstate New York. He was staying at an infirmary unit on Rikers Island. I thought they had closed Rikers Island down, though. Apparently not. Yeah, so if that 23 years don't hold him, the LA case will. I had read the other day that he reached out to 12 prominent figures to try to get some type of support. These people included, who was it? The guy who ran for president at one point, Jeff Bezos. What's his name? Let me see. I gotta look this guy name up. Jeff. Yeah, Jeff Bezos. Not okay. That's the guy. He didn't run for president. He's the chief executive officer of Amazon. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right. Is it Bezos or I think it's Bezos. But he also reached out to Mike Bloomberg, trying to get some assistance, trying to get some support. All of those guys were like, no can do. And that's the thing, family. Like Zero say, ain't no such thing as friends, only associates. Because when it went down, they bailed on him. Like, man, you need to do your time. Do your time. So let me jump over here into the chat and see what you guys are saying. Everybody, welcome Junior Woodson to level 1, the newest member of the WillieDLive channel. If you want to become a member of the channel family and get perks, you can click on the link in the description and join. Hit that join button. So let's see. Regina Palmer says he will be dead in a couple of weeks. I don't believe this. Wow, really? They gave him 25 years, 23 years. Remember, family, he could have received a maximum of 29 years. I really thought they was going to slap him on the wrist and give him somewhere between 7 and 10. RT Bell, salute, B Mo. I see you. Baltimore. That's how they pronounce it. When you're from Baltimore, you say Baltimore, Baltimore, Baltimore. They say Baltimore. That's how they say it. Baltimore. I'm going to Baltimore. Earl Williams. They don't close prisons. What they do, just renovate them? Craig Lawson says, do I think he's going to be part of the elite now that he's guilty? That's a good question. He still has a lot of money. Therefore, he has influence. I think he's going to be among the elite in prison because, once you get locked up, your power is not as good as it is on the streets. So he would definitely be among the elite, but he'll be among the elite inmates, not those who are in the free world. He would not have the amount of power that he had while he was on the streets. Bigfoot Trucking has asked a very good question. So I want to know what Gail and Oprah at. They somewhere sweating, somewhere sitting in a corner eating some buttermilk biscuits, sweating like pigs. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. They probably tugging on each other's clothes and stuff. God, what are we gonna do? Oh man. Oh man. This is something else. But you know, Oprah's true colors will show. This is. I wouldn't be surprised if she tried to get an exclusive on Harvey Weinstein, because you know she's really showed us what she's really about. She want to get to that bread. So I wouldn't be surprised if she now threw Harvey Weinstein under the bus. She know it's over for sure now. Harvey Weinstein would definitely be extorted by the inmates. Absolutely, he will be extorted. It's too easy not to extort him. He in there scared like a dog, boy. He's scared as hell. And those type of dudes, like dudes with money, like they've had money, dudes who had money for a long, long, long time, especially the ones who've had money, let's say from the time that they were like early 20s, right? When you're really most brazen, really, like if you want to do something to somebody, whatever, make a move, those early 20s. But you take a dude that got money, well, he don't have to get his hands dirty. So he don't have that armor. He don't have that street edge type armor. And he's probably been using his money, not probably, but I know he's been using his money to get his way for everything. Money just making everything easy, even a conversation with a girl easy. You know, it's money, 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 money. So now, if he wants protection, it's gonna cost him money. When I was locked up back in the Gap, there was a dude, a car salesman from Arkansas, who was being extorted by some dudes. And I didn't know the dude was being extorted. You know, we was on the same unit, and we kind of struck up a friendship. And so once I found out the dude was being extorted, you know, I gave the dude some words or whatever, and they backed up off of him. But yeah, he was scared. He was in there scared to death. And he was dealing with some real, you know, some killers. But, you know, they had respect for me. And, you know, that they knew that when they realized that me and him was all right, you know, they let him make it. But yeah, you go in there with that money and you can't protect your money, they will extort you. They will take it. Now, somebody going there and they're a rider, and everybody know they're a rider, they're not gonna try. They're not gonna even try you because they know what come with that. I think I'm having a little trouble with my internet connect. We're gonna keep it going. So you got bots in the chat. Well, my moderators, let's see who's on moderator duty. I see you, Douglas Crooks. What's up? Rashida Nams, what's up, Rashida? Rashida, you've been missing in action. What, you got a new boyfriend or something? Rashida ain't been coming to work. Okay. Let's see. See, R. Kelly about to get 100 years. Mario Hill says R. Kelly about to get 100 years. Man, they're going to get R. Kelly, bro. They're going to stick it to Kelly. Boy, they got Kelly on so many different charges and so many different jurisdictions. It's going to be hard to beat all of those charges. I mean, if R. Kelly get off these charges, oh man, he's the new Teflon Don. I mean, he is the new Gotti. Like, man. Oh yeah, he got a lot of charges, man. I'm talking about, it's not just different jurisdictions also, it's also different different levels, like federal and state. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Who was this? Rude says, XLLX says he better join the Aryan Nation. Aryan Nation ain't gonna save him. Keep in mind, sexual predators don't get protection in prison. You know, any protection that they do receive is limited, because it's just a rule that they're free game. Douglas Crook says they need to be somewhere planning Weinstein's documentary. Yeah, they probably already got a documentary on him. You know, they can't, man, they sneaky. Can't trust them. Princess Jacqueline, what's up, Princess? I'm glad to know that I can entertain you on the channel. She over there laughing her head off. Gary Heinzman checking in from Dayton, Ohio. What up, Gary? Who is that? Jay used that, says Oprah comment section about to be turned off. Yeah, they've had their nice little perfect world turned upside down over the last couple of years. Oprah and Gayle, boy, they were able for a long time, man, to ride under the radar. I mean, to just have all that shine and still ride under the radar of public suspicion and scrutiny. But now it's a different story. They have been found out. I think what really did them in was the Michael Jackson documentary. When Oprah did that Michael Jackson documentary, that opened up the floodgates. Everybody saw through that. For her to do the Michael Jackson documentary and then come back and say that she wasn't going to do the Russell Simmons documentary because of inconsistencies in one of the person's story, but there were several proven, documented inconsistencies in in Michael Jackson's accuser's story, but she ran that documentary anyway. You know, she supported the documentary and ran her own special about it and gave them a platform to drag that man's legacy. So that lets you know all this stuff, when they start talking about journalistic integrity, they have none. Yeah, I bet you Oprah don't go visit Weinstein in prison. Now that's her friend. That's one of her best friends. That's the one she's seen on pictures kissing and everything. I bet she don't visit him in prison. If she do, she gonna be out there visiting. She gonna have cameras with her so she can sell it. Daniel Connor says, Gail is going to tweet that Oprah is not doing well. Yeah, she gonna tweet, yeah, Oprah is not doing well. No, she's gonna tweet, Oprah is getting death threats. So Oprah is getting death threats for Harvey Weinstein's conviction. But you know, Gail is real good friends with Harvey Weinstein also. Melanin 100 says he wrote a check that his ass couldn't cash. I'm glad he got his wake-up call. They gave the same energy they did to Bill Cosby. Oprah, where are your interviews? Gave him the same energy. Uh-huh. Who was that? Validris? I hope I ain't butchering your name, but Validris says, pay attention to who's quiet on this. Yeah. Pay attention to who's quiet on this. Duke, Togo, Miami, I see you. Teresa George says, Oprah and Gail somewhere filing appeals. Oh man, I'm gonna have to come back and read these comments after the live finishes, because I'm not gonna be able to check out all these comments, but y'all tripping me out in this comment section. Vamando Ortez says, President Obama did nothing about this guy. He knew. All he did was push gay agenda. Guilty believes that he's going to kill himself. Yeah, he's a prime candidate to do something like that. Somebody who ain't never really faced no major adversity, always had access, money, power, and they get that stripped of them. What else do they have? Like, he can't even use his white privilege now that he's in prison. He can't use it. So what else do he have? Yeah, I can see him killing himself. Y'all think Harvey Weinstein gonna start snitching everybody else out? Think he'll start snitching? Because you know he's not by himself. Yeah, I think that's what happened, Dion. I think that he pissed off the powers that be. He pissed off them powers. And they was like, man, all right, let's get him. Because they don't mind sacrificing one of their own every now and then, you know, to continue doing what they do. Robert Dotson says Weinstein is not going to make it to 5 years. Yeah, 23-year sentence. If that's not it, that LA charge is going to be the nail in the coffin. It's going to be a wrap from there. You know, what's interesting is that this guy is a lot younger than Bill Cosby, but damn, he looks older. Or at least about the same age. They look to be in the same age group. And Bill Cosby is in good spirits, from what I understand. He seems to be in good spirits. So Bill Cosby just may make it through his sentence. I think Bill Cosby is about 87 years old or something like that. Let's see, Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby is 82. So I think Bill Cosby will survive his sentence. At first, I thought that sentence would be a death sentence for Bill Cosby. But I think because of his spirits and, you know, I think he may survive. I think he may survive his sentence. But it's hard to say. A 10-year sentence for an 82-year-old man, you know, 95%, 98% of people probably don't live to be 90, you know? Probably 99% of people, you know, don't live to be 90. So, I don't know. 82 years old. He got that sentence a year ago. If he does the whole 10 years, he'll be 91 when he gets out. He'll be 91 when he gets out. He's not going to do the whole sentence. So he'll be somewhere around 90. I don't know. That's a tough one. That is a tough one right there. But I believe that Bill has a better chance of surviving prison than Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, Winston Ely says at his age, 23 years is like life. True. So D's, I ain't gonna say the whole thing because I don't want to be putting that name out there, but D says prison booty goons activate. See, here's what I think about that right there. I don't subscribe to the prison booty goons giving them permission to act the way that they act. I think it's a savage way of acting, and under no circumstances do I give somebody a pass, get those type of dudes a pass. So, you know, no matter, you know, even if it's my worst enemy, you know, I just think that something like that is just some savage. It's a savagery that's you know, beneath men. That's even beneath the worst men. So, and some of these dudes, you know, when people on the outside advocate prison rape for criminals that they got a problem with, that they really detest, it makes these prison rapists feel that they're justified in what they do. It's like, oh, we can do this because the public don't like him. We can do this because this person don't like him or whatever. So now we can rape him. I just don't believe in that type of activity at all under any circumstances. And I think all of those dudes need to be punished. Every last one of them. This is really one of those situations where two wrongs don't make a right. You know, I'm just 1,000% against men, you know, engaging in that type of activity, period. So if they do something like that, you know, if somebody commit a crime or whatever, you know, let's deal with them how we deal with them. But to commit a sexual act against somebody who committed a sexual act and try to justify that, I'm not with that. Lee, what is that? Lavelle? I don't know. It's hard. Like when y'all have, like, check this out, family. Let me tell you a secret. When you have names, like when you put your username, you should separate your username so that people can pronounce it better instead of having it run on, like having it all bunched up. And like if your name is, you know, I don't know, Lavelle Crawford, instead of having it, if you're going to put it all together, you should capitalize the first letter of each word so that we can break it up and pronounce it better, because it's hard for me to pronounce some of these names because there's no separation. But Lavelle, I think, says Oprah was abused when she was young, so she's going after all those involved with these acts. But she's not going after all those involved with these acts. She didn't go after Harvey Weinstein. She didn't go after Matt Lauer. She didn't go after Elvis Presley. She didn't go after Jerry Lee Lewis. You know? She didn't go after Woody Allen. There's a plethora of dudes out there that have been involved in these sexual acts that has major status that she hasn't gone after. She's only gone after prominent Black males. That's it. Weinstein won't be touched. Oprah going to see to it. Man, Oprah ain't got that kind of power. Man, jail, y'all don't understand. Jail is a different story. And it depends on which kind of prison he ends up. And I'm sure he's going to end up in a maximum. Y'all don't understand what max means. When you are in a maximum facility, when you're in a maximum facility, you're in there with people who have bombed federal buildings. You're in there with terrorists. You're in there with serial killers. You're in there with people with, 18 life sentences. They don't give a damn about the rules. They don't care nothing about getting another life sentence. Can't nobody protect you in a supermax, because a lot of times even the guards themselves are paid off. So you might pay this guard off or pay this guard or that guard, but what about the guard that didn't get paid? Somebody come in with the right amount of money, boom, all of a sudden the killer got the keys to the gate. The killer's got the keys to your door to open your door. Boom, walk in there, do, whatever, out. You dead. Oh, no, man. You get up in jail, man. The jailhouse rules is totally different, man. Jailhouse rules means that there are no rules. That's what you have to understand, especially a supermax. You're in a supermax, which is where he's gonna be. Oh man, can't nobody save you. So if somebody wants you, they can get you. Now they can put him in isolation. They can put him in solitary confinement, something like that to try to protect him. But it ain't gonna save him. If they want him, they're gonna get him. If somebody wants him bad enough, they'll get him. Can't nothing save you. Not even the elite. Once you go in those walls, once you go behind those walls and a maximum security, man, you fair game. Believe that. You're on your own. You better get up in there and try to figure out how to move around and protect yourself and operate within the structure that has been already in place before you got there. You better figure out how to move around within that structure. You got the rules that the COs is going to give you that you got to abide by, and then you got the rules of the inmates that has to be adhered to, and you got to move within those, be able to move within those rules and those guidelines, those boundaries, and maintain your integrity the whole time. Because you mess around and lose your integrity up in that bad boy, your name is dirt. You ain't gonna be nothing. Somebody will move on you a whole lot faster if you're a sucker. Oh, family, I want to remind y'all, please do not write in all caps. Don't type your message in all caps. If you notice, I've been reading a lot of messages that are not in all caps, and I just don't read the all caps messages. They make my head hurt. I feel like if somebody's writing in all caps, I feel like they're hollering at me. I feel like it's somebody virtually hollering at me. Like, please do not write in all caps. If you write a message and your message is strong enough, or I feel like it's something that needs to be shared, I'll share the message. As simple as that. You do not have to write in all caps. I want to be able to read your message, but I can't do the all caps, family. I skip right over all caps. Sorry. Candyman says he probably was served 9 to 12 years. I think we'd have to look at the terms of the sentence. But I doubt 9 to 12 years, that's short. You know what? Let me see if I can find something else on that sentence. Let's see. So let's see if CNN got something. Okay, Harvey Weinstein was sentenced to 23 years in prison Wednesday. Okay, Weinstein, 67, arrived to his sentencing hearing in a wheelchair and handcuffs. He had faced between 5 and 29 years for last month's convictions. Judge James Burke sentenced him to 20 years in prison for the first-degree criminal sexual act and 3 years in prison for the third-degree rape. So for the third-degree rape, I said that he would probably do about 2 to 3 years. Got that one right. But on the on the other sentence, the first-degree criminal sexual act, he got 20 years. And I think that I said something around 5 to 10 years on that. So I was way off on that one. The charges were based on testimony by Miriam Haley and Jessica Mann, who both spoke at Wednesday's hearing, sentencing. If Harvey Weinstein had not been convicted by this jury, it would have happened again and again and again, Haley told the court. I'm relieved he will now know he's not above the law. I'm relieved there are women out there who are safer because he's not out there. Damn, she said he's not out there. Like a boogeyman, like he's not out there. Wow. Yeah, so let's see. I'm trying to see how many years he have to do. Harvey Weinstein said he hasn't seen his 3 older children since the day the New York Times article came out. He said, referring to the October 2017 story that broke open a wave of claims against him. He said, I haven't seen them. I have no idea what they're doing. That to me is hell on earth. If he hasn't heard from his kids in over 2 years, after he was accused of these crimes, how close was he even to his kids in the first place? Because unless you have a history of letting your kids down, something like this, if anything, would bring them closer to you, because you're fighting your greatest battle of your life. And you know, if your kids are close to you, they're going to remain close to you. They're not going to distance themselves like certain associates would. Still trying to find out how much time does he really have to do out of all of those years. In court, okay. Defense asks for 5 years. I can't find it, family. They won't say. CNN won't tell me. Let's see who else got some information on it. Let's see who else got it. Let's see what NBC News is saying. I need to find it on one of those weeklies. Those weeklies do a lot more investigative journalism, you know, than some of the big brands. You know what? Let me see what the Houston Press is saying. Houston Press. Harvey Weinstein verdict. Oh, that's right. I forgot Houston. The Houston Press is shut down. Weinstein rickshaws open in a few days. Weinstein, where you at? Let's see what the Chronicle is saying. What KPR? I can't find any info on how many days Yeah, I'm still not getting how much time he has to do. But I got my mind set on finding out how much time he needs to do. So I would like to bring this news to you guys before I end this broadcast. Checking out the LA Times now. No go, no go, no go. No go on the LA Times. Let's try BuzzFeed. The letter derailed 40 years of 40 years of allegations. Damn. Can you imagine? 40 years of people knowing what's going on for 40 years. And he's just now being charged and sentenced. 40 years. Okay, I'll try one more. I'm gonna try the AP. Let's see what the AP is saying. Associated Press. Let's see. The AP. I saw. They're not saying how much time. So maybe that information is not available yet. In any event, family, that's all I got. If I get any more information, I'll let y'all know. But that is the end of, I guess, that is the end of a criminal run that had lasted for 40 years. Harvey Weinstein lured, sexually assaulted, raped a myriad of women and forced them into silence. Now, he has been imprisoned for his crimes. This is what the public wanted. When Bill Cosby was arrested, Bill Cosby was sentenced, the rally cry was, "What about Harvey Weinstein?" People named a lot of other guys who had been accused of sexual assault, but no other had such a decorated crime spree as Harvey Weinstein. And so now Harvey Weinstein has been sentenced. Since we're going back into time and punishing people for past transgressions, I would like to know when America is going to pay for her crimes against Black people. This I would seriously like to know. No more talk.